Yesterday was our 5-year anniversary. So we spent our anniversary at the urgent care. The whole family has been sick. This one, that one,
Hey!
especially that one. We had planned to go out for crab.
I am whole
Yes, why do we go to the doctor?
because I have a whole right here.
Yeah, hurt your ear?
Yeah,
Were you screaming for a long, long time?
yeah, until I go to the doctor.
Until you went to the doctor. Tell me how our anniversary made you feel.
Sick.
Hello, my name is Joey Massio, and you are in the Latter-day Zone. Sometimes life is awesome. And sometimes life is just icky. How you feeling, babe?
Great.
And it's really hard to feel grateful when things are icky. And it feels even ickier when it seems we're surrounded by people whose lives are awesome all the time. Theodore Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." You can be so content with what you have, and then you see someone who has more. And you're all like, but Teddy should have also said, comparison shouldn't be the bringer of joy either. Meaning we shouldn't use other people's poorer conditions to make ourselves feel more grateful about ours. But we do it all the time. Life is horrible. But at least we're not as bad as the Johnsons. That is a horrible way to make ourselves grateful. And it's an incredibly unreliable source for gratitude. Because heaven forbid the Johnsons actually get a couple of wins and move out of the valley of sorrow. Johnsons, where are you going? You're supposed to be my stepping stool to happiness. And also, what if there's a time when you feel that your life is worse than everybody around you? What will you say then? Life's horrible. But at least we're better than the, no, they're doing pretty good. But no, they just got a puppy. Oh, but no. Either way, it can always be worse is just a horrible motto for gratitude. So if comparison isn't the best way to obtain gratitude, what is? Especially when life feels icky. We can cultivate gratitude like we cultivate a garden.
I opened one side and I opened the other side to pick.
What am I talking about? Who gardens anymore? Scratch that. We can cultivate gratitude like we cultivate our favorite playlists. If we don't take time to do the work, we're not going to have a super awesome set of tunes to jam out to. Here are 3 tools to cultivate gratitude no matter how life is going. Tool number 1. The scriptures say, "Thank the Lord thy God in all things." Really? All things? But what about my horrible circumstances? Man, we are just the worst.
Pull yourself together.
Brooke Castillo, Master Life Coach, says that our circumstances are neutral, which means that there are no horrible circumstances or great circumstances. There are just circumstances. They are what we make of them. More than that, though, they are what we think of them. President Monson even said that our circumstances shouldn't dictate our gratitude.
Regardless of our circumstances, each of us has much for which to be grateful if we will but pause and contemplate our blessings.
So don't think that your circumstances put you in a special little box that gratitude can't penetrate. All circumstances are neutral. Now, before you get me wrong, I'm not saying that we always have to be happy about our circumstances, because it's not wrong to feel unhappy about the way things are. Sometimes it's the only human way to feel. Negative emotions are a part of life. You don't always have to fight them. You can accept or even embrace them for a time, but realize that's a choice you're making, and it's not the only option. Ultimately, it's our thought about our circumstances which make them negative, not the circumstances themselves. So tool number 1 is to realize that your circumstances are neutral. If you find yourself saying, things are just terrible, realize that things are just things and will always be things. And labeling them terrible doesn't serve you in any way. Tool number 2. A great tool in the work of cultivating gratitude is prayer. President Joseph F. Smith said, how careful we should be to cultivate, through the medium of a prayerful life, a thankful attitude toward God and man. Would you call your life prayerful? Heck, I barely call some of my prayers prayerful. Here's a quote from President Benson to help us with this. The prophet Joseph said at one time that one of the greatest sins of which the Latter-day Saints would be guilty is the sin of ingratitude. There is a great tendency for us in our prayers and in our pleadings with the Lord to ask for additional blessings. But sometimes I feel we need to devote more of our prayers to expressions of gratitude and thanksgiving for blessings already received. We enjoy so much. He's essentially saying that we ask God for too many things and don't thank Him enough. So every once in a while, have a prayer of thanksgiving. A prayer where you only thank God and don't ask Him for anything. In fact, even when you find yourself wanting to ask for something, turn it into an expression of gratitude instead. Rather than asking God for more things, thank God for the things you already have. Rather than asking God to help you get a better car, thank God that you have the ability to walk. Rather than asking God to help you get along with your crazy mom, thank God that you have a mom and she's not crazier than she already is.
Take off your pants!
Tool number 3, don't focus on what's missing. The scriptures say, live in thanksgiving daily for the many mercies and blessings which God doth bestow upon you. Scripture is saying the hymn has it right. Count your blessings, name them one by one. And one of your blessings is, I'm not going to sing any more of that. Because being grateful is all about focusing on what you have, not on what you don't have. Because focusing on what you don't have is kind of Satan's bread and butter. So, Adam and Eve, lovely garden you have here. You can eat from all of these trees? What about that one over there? Satan does the exact same thing to us today. Wow, I can do all these fun things. But look at all these fun things you can't do. I can drink all these tasty drinks. But look at all these drinks you can't drink. Man, I have all these people in my life who love me. But look at that person over there who will never love you. Focusing on what we don't have leads to ingratitude. And ingratitude leads to a whole slew of negative feelings. Anger, unhappiness, jealousy, envy. So many good ones to pick from. So, a trick to help you focus on what you have is to keep some kind of gratitude journal. Every night, list 3 things you're grateful for from that day. And don't repeat. In a week, you'll have 21 things you're grateful for. In a month, you'll have over 90. And in a year, you'll have more grateful things than I can count. Seriously, I can't do that math in my head. All right, video recap. You have 3 tools to help you cultivate gratitude no matter how your life is going. First, realize your circumstances are neutral. It's only your thoughts about them that truly make them negative. Second, try to offer a prayer of thanksgiving at least once a week. More when you're feeling life is icky. Lastly, don't focus on what's missing. Focus on what's there. President Monson said, to live with gratitude ever in our hearts is to touch heaven. And what better thing to do when your life feels like hell?
This could be the best day ever. No, I ain't wasting no more time. Dragging my feet, it's now or never. 'Cause the future